if I can choose these thoughts, but I'm hearing them and I can like hear the thoughts that not being choose, it's like almost like there's these two different things, and then realizing who's like watching both of them. It's like the observer. Who's the observer? Who's like the part that's observing, hearing this thought, but hearing it. So it's like there's, I sound so everybody's like this. I'm not just like, I'm sitting here crazy. I'm like, they didn't think I'm crazy. Maybe, probably.
Let them have their own thoughts.
Right?
We'll make it out and fall in love tonight. Ain't nothing needed but us feeling right.
Drink while we record.
Get a drink while we record.
While we record.
Makes for great podcasting.
Well,
Bring it up to the mic.
I don't.
Let's do some ASMR
I don't.
drinking. You're like dying to do ASMR, aren't you?
No way.
Heck yeah, I think
Hell
you'd
no.
kill it.
I might.
There's so much
Also,
of you that I think would be like killer at ASMR.
I like watching ASMR.
You don't think you could do it?
I mean, just because you can do something doesn't mean you need to do something.
If you chose to do it, like if you decided to do it, what would be your niche? Like what kind of
What would be my
ASMR would you
niche?
do?
I like low whispering.
What?
Tingles.
Huh?
I like.
I don't think anybody's going to be able to hear that.
Well, your mic should be up higher
That's true.
because the whole point is to be.
You like the quiet whispers?
Depends on who's whispering.
Yeah.
There's some that I'm like. I would not chew on anything.
Do we know the lineage of ASMR? Do we have any idea where it came from or when it first started, anything like that?
I mean, it first started when we were kids, at least, and we were doing X marks the spot back in the day, and
I'm
arm
trying to remember
tingles.
that.
Maybe it was just a girl. I don't think it was just a girl.
No, I remember X marks the
Yeah.
spot. Yeah.
And so it was like physical chills and the relaxing, the tingles. And they also in massage, there's a technique called feathering or nerve stroke. And it's the very light that does the same too.
I love when you
and
do that.
Then they figured out, because social media, that we can still achieve that same like tingly sensation and get the chills and the tingles just through audio and sometimes visual without even the touch, because it's cool.
It is cool.
Just like how sometimes sounds make you go, like, whoa.
We have so much to talk about. Do you feel like we have so much to talk about?
I feel like I'm always trying to like get a car to move when I'm nervous.
Get a car to move?
Yeah, I'm over here like, come on, let's go. I just like start rocking. I'm like, come on.
Pumping the gas.
Right?
One more time.
We can do it.
One more time. Just keep pushing.
Have you seen that video where the staffy is like got like a hoodie on and it's mad at whoever? She's like, are you mad at me? And he turns and looks and he's sitting in a chair and looks forward and like scooshes. He makes the chair.
It scoots away from him.
It was funny.
Yeah. I'm so
Yeah.
glad you're a dog person.
I'm glad you are too.
Yeah, right.
And yeah.
I mean, I know that you like cats. I liked our cat.
Yeah.
I don't like cats, but I liked our cat.
Yeah. I like cats.
Yeah, but
I
I'm
like
glad
our
you're a
cat.
dog person.
Yeah, I'm definitely a dog person.
It's probably why we get together or get along so
Yeah.
well together.
That's what it takes. You gotta either both be dog or both be cat and all the way.
Marriage advice right here. No, I think we got lots to talk about. When in your mind,
I go both ways.
in your mind, what are some of the big things that you want to start bringing to the podcast? Because you and I behind the scenes.
I
just
told you
like,
we weren't going to do that.
Well,
we
we're
weren't going to
doing
be
it.
like, no.
Yeah, well, we have to
no.
some extent.
No, because we always do it.
I know, but like this is the thing, right?
Wah, wah, wah.
Okay.
It's the same old, same old.
Cool.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good. We won't do that thing. We're done with it.
You can do it.
Can
I'm
I?
not going to.
Thanks for giving me permission. I
Well, I was
appreciate
just
it.
recognizing you're like, you do this thing. I told you I didn't want to. I'm not going to. I'm going to use my bigger voice. And you
Get
to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to bring it, you bring it. I'll just sit over here and listen.
Uh-oh.
No pressure.
That made me nervous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah, this space is new for us. It's not this space. This space isn't new for us, right? But we're bringing new versions of ourselves forth, not just into the podcast, but into reality. And it's awkward and it's uncomfortable. And truthfully, it's like we don't know yet what they look like. So we don't quite yet know what it's going to look like. And that's the journey, I guess. I guess that's the journey of everything right there, right? You don't really quite know what to expect. One of the things that I've really found beneficial lately is not worrying too much about stuff and just knowing that like answers will come as we're in the space, right? I didn't describe that very well.
Try again, because it's really good. Oh, no, I meant that. I wasn't being sarcastic.
I know. No, it's because we're building out new spaces, both in like our life and really it's just our life, right? You can think of it this way, where we can sit around and think about it all day long and try to imagine what it's going to become. But at some point you have to like step into it and allow that creation of what's next to happen while you're doing the thing. And I think in the past, I used to think about it very differently, where it was like I had to have everything ready to go first and then step into the space, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't really work. At least it hasn't been working for us for
Yeah.
the past 15 years or
It's a
whatever.
great excuse to keep stalling, though.
Right?
Not ready yet. Break.
Things aren't ready yet.
It's not perfect. I don't have everything I need. Can't start. Hee hee.
Nope, you just got to jump out of the plane and
Right.
hope that the parachute's on the back.
I mean, metaphorically, yes.
We'll figure it out on the way down.
Literally, right? What does Abraham say? Oh, that was that one. She's like, you jump out of the plane without the parachute. You're like, don't worry, it'll be over soon.
Don't worry, this will go by
It'll be
fast.
over soon.
You don't have to worry about it.
Right.
How do you feel like we're a couple weeks out from Abraham and the whole experience? What are some of the things that have resonated with you since then, or stuff that's been in your space since then? Any big chunks of lasting wisdom that you've been guiding your life by?
I've been really working towards when things are going well and feeling good to lean in really hard. Not worry about being humble, modest, or afraid. You know, if you look at something too, if it gets good, it's gonna go. But without any of that, just like really, really leaning in. And I had I was talking to our friend about it yesterday, but I'll share it here because it was a first for me, and it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, and I think it's really leaning into that when things are going well. Like things are going, you're really milking it, just really leaning in, getting detailed, very detailed, like really like just speaking to it so much, like really right in that high vibe thing. And I was feeling kind of low, like I wasn't doing good enough, and just really feeling crappy about myself and all the stories that I would tell myself about how I'm failing, I'm not showing, all the crap that we don't need to go into detail. But I had this moment of, oh, actually, no, I'm doing a really good job. I'm doing a really good job. And I was looking at circumstances and being like, wow, I'm actually really doing a good job. And then I started just riding that wave on how good of a job I'm doing. And then I'm like, how proud I was of myself. I'm like, I'm so proud of you. You're doing so good. You keep doing this. And I started like really like listing off the things that I was doing well at and feeling proud of myself and saying that out loud. I was very much talking to myself, as I always talk to myself. But I was like, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. And just kept going. And then there was a moment that, because I was writing this, so like I was here for the ride, I was here. And I realized I was being completely genuine. And I was like, oh, I'm proud of myself. And then feeling that. And then I was like, I'm so proud of you for being proud of you. It felt so cool to recognize, well, I'm like genuinely proud of myself. And I'm like, that is also worth celebrating. So I was just writing this space of like, oh, I mean it. I actually mean it. And I'm so proud of myself for meaning it. And it was just like, so that's something that's like cool and sticking with.
Yeah.
It's like when things like, don't be afraid to let things go well. They don't always have to. You get stuck in it. It always has to go well. You always have to be happy or you're failing. And nope. But when things are going well, when you're happy about something, even if it seems like you shouldn't be happy at the moment because of this. If you're feeling happy, good, excited, allow yourself to feel those things and really like lean into that, like full body, belly flop in the pool, just like, whee, like go right for it. That's what's sticking with me.
That's good stuff, babe.
Thank you.
Yeah,
How
I
about
really like
you?
all of that.
What's sticking with you?
There's so many different parts of it. I asked you the question and then immediately, because anytime I do that, I'm like, I know I'm going to get the same question. We should play a game where we don't actually do that. Speaking of games, we should play that game. But anyways.
Holy ADHD. Whoa. Go, 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 go. That was so fast. Damn.
Anyways, what are we talking about? Tacos?
I have something funny to tell you.
Carne
But first,
asada tacos.
I want you to answer the question. I have two funny things to tell you.
So one of the things that helps me a lot, because it's not just that weekend that we had with Abraham that was super cool. And I love that it's like that weekend that we went to a workshop. Like, it made it sound like it was just us hanging out. But anyways.
At times it felt like that.
It definitely felt like it, right? No, the part that sticks with me is your highest self is at the leading edge of your growth and capability. And I've heard it before too, because they've said stuff before that really connects. And one of them is that your highest self doesn't look back. Like, they're not busy worrying about what happened 10 years ago or 15 years ago or back in childhood or even last week. Their only focus is what's coming next. Just focused in that leading edge out there, focus on what you want, focus on what's coming, and that kind of energy. And so because I've gotten to the spot where I'm tired isn't even the right word. We have healed for so long that it becomes a routine and a pattern. And at some point it's like we have to remember to live and experience life now that we're healed. And I think a lot of times what's happening, or what has happened for me, is I will slow down to enjoy the life that we've created and like the healing that's taken place and all the good stuff that's happened and is happening. And the default is have to be afraid that it's going to catch back up.
Yeah.
And I better keep looking at the stuff and I better keep healing. Otherwise, it's all going to go back to the way that it was before. And that's a program that I'm excited is shifting, because I'm just no longer rehashing things and like going back and like for example, a good way to quantify it, I guess, to put it into context so that it makes sense, is I'll reflect back on relationships with family members or previous partners or friends from childhood, or all of these moments in my life where I used to constantly be mining those experiences and those relationships and those moments to learn from them, right? To reflect on them so that I didn't end up making the same mistakes. And I'm at a spot now where I'm not doing it with all of the relationships kind of that pop into my mind, because I know that there's still some that are important to process and still learn from. And it's almost like I can sense the differentiation between this is me just ruminating over same old shit on a different day and it's not really serving me. It's like me stuck in the pattern of it, as opposed to still getting some necessary insight from it. So I've stopped doing that. And by and large, I'm just done carrying the narratives that I've carried for my entire life.
Yeah.
And when I say that I'm done with them, what that looks like in practice is just constantly trying to not pick them back up, where it's like I'll catch myself much sooner, almost wearing the same things and being in the same energy and feeling the same way and thinking the same way. And I'm not talking literally wearing the same things, even though I do have some clothes that I've worn for the past 10 years. But no, it's more about letting go of the past so that I can really enjoy the present moment because of all the work that I've done to get to this spot. And that's one thing that stood out to me, was how not just important that is, but that's not doing a disservice to anybody, including myself, right? I'm not like, I don't need to sit and just turn and look at the past.
Yeah.
And I used to think that because that's how I healed. And I think that's an important part of it. But I like the idea of not having to do that anymore. And I'm not doing that anymore. I'm choosing to be in the space that I'm at now. Create the reality that I want to create.
Okay.
So that's really stuck with me.
That's very cool.
I have a funny question for you. It came to me last night as we were going to bed, and I thought it would be funny to talk about it on the podcast.
Okay.
Are you ready for it?
Ready.
It's not even a question. It's kind of like It's
Oh
one
no,
that,
caveats. I get scared.
no cap. Well, no, because I thought about, because you and I, we don't, okay. The question is, do you pee in front of your partner?
If he doesn't get his ass out of the bathroom fast enough.
Because I don't think I've ever really had an issue with it.
You haven't.
It's not something that I like make a point to do, but if it's like, if you're in the bathroom and I got to go pee, I'm coming in and I'm going pee, and I'm not going to like freak out if you're in the bathroom and say you got to get out of the bathroom.
I love like pushing you and messing with you when you're trying to pee. It's like, keep your aim. It's so much fun. You're like, stop it. I'm like,
yeah, that's a lot of fun. I like that too.
I have fun.
It's our funnest game.
I'm like, if you're gonna, if you're like, come on.
But you're a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's only within the last couple of years that you have felt comfortable enough to pee in front of me.
A little bit.
See, even now you're just like,
I hate it. I'm like, I'm so afraid.
right?
Yeah.
So I think that there's like two types of people out there in the world, either those that do or those that don't.
I'm afraid, like, I'm not afraid of peeing in front of you. Mm-hmm. I'm afraid of like pee farting. You're peeing and like, I'm like, ah, I don't want to pee fart. So it's not that I'm like, oh my God, I can't pee. It's like, I don't really want to, I don't want to pee fart in front of you. I'm still trying to get comfortable with farts. So we're not going to have to do a whole episode on that again, but that's what it is. Like, and there's like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Do you know what we should do?
What?
We should go outside, and you should like
and pee outside.
and you should like you know, like peeing in the woods.
I do that on the regular.
Like, hold on, hear me out. Hear me out.
Like, I'm excited to hear where you're going.
Instead of like, because like squatting, I can squat whatever, but like you hold my arms. So I'm trying to move it. You hold my arms, and you're like my leverage.
Okay.
And so I like lean back with the bin. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm sitting, but you're my leverage, and then we'll just make eye contact.
Awkward eye contact
like,
while you pee.
And we'll do that 5 times, and then I'll be cured.
Has to be on a full moon, though.
I'm so uncomfortable. It has to be on a full moon. Oh, we just missed it.
Dang
it can
it.
only be Capricorn full moon. So.
Oh, well. I'm sure they'll go around, come around again.
I guess I'll have to wait till later.
But I was thinking about it last night because
Yeah.
obviously we're getting ready for bed and everything. And it came time where the door was open. I was laying in bed and I knew that you were going to be going pee.
Uh-huh.
And I was like,
And I'm like, what do you mean the door was open? Was the door open? Did I mess up?
I'm like, do you want me to close this door? And you're like, yeah, I want you to close the door.
I'm always going to choose to close the door
Yeah,
when I
and
go
there's
to the
nothing
bathroom.
wrong with it, right?
I'm always, if I have a preference, yeah. It's already like awkward enough in public when the stalls are, you know, those much cracks. So you make the awkward eye contact with everybody who walks by.
That's why we like the Buc-ee's.
Midwife, you're like, hello. Nice to meet you, Susan. Like,
What are some other things that you think we've not like gotten comfortable with that we weren't comfortable with at the beginning of our relationship?
well, I have one that comes into my mind, but I'm not saying that.
Are you going to send it to me
No.
telepathically?
No, because I don't want you to say it either.
Let me
I'm
go
going to get a
get it.
drink. Ah, la, 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 pumpkin,
Yeah,
pumpkin,
stop thinking
pumpkin,
about
pumpkin,
it. Let's see if it
pumpkin,
works.
Pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin,
Something that we're
pumpkin,
more
pumpkin,
comfortable
pumpkin,
with.
pumpkin. Nope. I am more comfortable.
Does it start with an A? See, I just sent you telepathically what I was thinking about.
No.
Starts with an A and ends with a null.
No, but that's what probably everybody else is thinking. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I need
didn't start out comfortable with that,
Oh my
but
gosh, that's not what I meant.
Definitely got more comfortable with it. I think just in general, obviously.
I'm really proud of you. You've really learned how to just relax and receive. Good job.
really opened up to the experience.
See? Goes both ways, mister.
Yeah, but I think it's like there's a part of we're getting comfortable.
And just being ourselves.
Exactly, right? And I mean, it's not saying like you have to pee in front of each other or anything like that. I just think that it's nice to feel so comfortable with one another to a point where, and that's a big part of like what we're navigating right now too, is truthfully, like I think genuinely, like how many more times can I reiterate, like for reals, we're becoming ourselves.
Yeah.
For the first time ever, not just in our relationship, but in our lives, which means we have to get rid of everything that isn't that. which means we have to figure out what that is, right? That's what this process is, I think. Don't you agree?
Yeah. I'm thinking, I'm distracted in the morning. I'm like, there's couples who will poop with each other. Like they will like hang out in the bathroom and talk because they're bored with the other one.
Not us, babe.
Well, it's not.
It's not us.
Do you feel like we're less of a couple?
I don't actually. I don't feel like there's anything missing in our life.
What if that's the key? What if that's the key to true happiness?
Then I guess we're never going to be happy.
We're never going to be happy. Oh, like farts are definitely going to happen there. Can't have it. Just kidding.
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Woolly.
Okay, real talk. Summer's here. We're sweating. We're traveling. We're living life. And you know what makes that all better? Good underwear.
And we're not just talking about your regular old everyday undies. We're talking about merino wool underwear from Woolly. Woolly has our go-to underwear, tank tops, and t-shirts.
And don't let the word wool fool you. They're not itchy or scratchy. Woolly clothing is light, breathable, moisture wicking, and so comfortable.
It's not just about comfort for us either, although that's a huge benefit. Woolly's doing it right. There's no synthetics or microplastics in any of their clothes. Just natural, low toxic gear that feels good and is good for you.
Oh, and a little insider tip, their French style thong and bikini are fire right now. I may or may not have a drawer full of them mixed in with my ultimate favorite cheekies, just like my personality.
So if you're ready to level up your base layers, head over to woolly.clothing/Steph and Craig right now, and you can save 15% off anything at their website. Be sure to use that promo code Steph and Craig at checkout to get that 15% off.
Once you go Woolly, you're not going to want to wear anything else.
It's my favorite thing in the world when you embarrass yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best when you do it in real life, and then it's even better when you do it on the podcast. When you say something
You're
that you're
welcome.
like, gosh, dang it. And now it's recorded and I just have to sit here.
I know,
and
I'm just
pretend
sitting in
like,
it.
Yeah,
I had a let's change the subject.
do it.
So I called out your ADD, your ADD,
I've got a little bit.
a little bit ago. I had an awareness of mine, and it was when I was taking a shower. So one of the things that I do when I'm driving, if I'm like moving very fast, I'm like, and my thoughts are just too fast, I flip through the stations.
The radio
And
stations.
it's like one of the things, I can't find a song. Sometimes I take the whole drive
Just trying
to find a
something.
song, either on the radio, on my phone, just like however I'm like either flipping through the stations, flipping through the tracks, whatever. And I can get to where I'm going without ever getting a song. And I'm like, I just need to have one song that feels like, so I'm like, that's not working. And I'm like flipping between this, that, this genre, it just goes so fast. It's like so fast. And I was taking a shower and I was trying to hurry. I had a whole list of things that I needed to do today. And earlier you were talking about how like what we need is in front of us. We have what we need.
Yeah.
And so instead of waiting for things to be perfect or thinking you need this, you have what you need. And I saw this natural bug spray that I want to make. And I have all of the ingredients. And so I was just looking for one and pulled it up. I'm like, here it is. And I'm like, I have everything we need. And so the song that popped into my head was Little Mermaid. And it was like, she's got everything. I've got gadgets
and gizmos
and hold
galore.
on. No, I got
Gizmos
no
and gadgets.
Okay, well, it's not going to come when I have I have to have silence to access it. Anyways, I started singing it and just like did the whole song and was in the shower and started just singing chunks of different songs. I would have this one pop in my head and sing, and this one pop in my head, and this one pop in my head, and this one. And then I was like, holy shit, because I didn't even have my phone in the bathroom. I was taking a shower. No phone, no music, no podcast, no anything.
Maybe you're like a pioneer.
Right? Seriously, come on now. But as I was doing, I realized I'm flipping through songs in my brain. I'm doing the same thing. I'm like, no, not that one. Not that one. Like, what the heck? What is that? How is my brain like,
It's a whole other new level of ADHD right there, love.
Right?
It's so good.
It took me 5 years to explain that.
Every time I get in the car after you and you've been listening to the radio, I'm just like, what year is it? Who listens to I didn't even know there was radio still in existence. Like, I am so blown away that like you go through the effort of not just like listening to it, but like finding the radio. I can't. Like I don't like as soon as I get in and it's on, I'm just like, get this shit off. Immediately flip it back to Bluetooth or whatever, so that I don't have to listen to the radio. Like, do you enjoy listening to the radio?
Yeah.
I would much rather just throw music on and let the playlist go, right?
Well, I
See
do
what
that
comes
too,
with
but I like the surprise in other people's like musical styles and what they feel like listening to, like the DJs. How
That's the
like
playlist thing.
Well, no, I like both.
Yeah.
Sometimes my playlist is on fire. And sometimes I'm like, come on, radio. And sometimes the radio will play a song that I haven't heard of or thought of in years. And then it starts a whole new playlist that I go to after that. I like it.
Did it take you a long time to find stations here? Since we moved?
I still haven't found a good station.
Right? That's what I thought about. I was like, I would hate the process of like scanning and trying to figure it out.
There is
find the radio station.
So much like Christian radio here. It's like every other one is like gospel or Christian talk or
that really surprises me.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so there's a lot of skipping. But it's wild too because it plays like 80s, 90s countries. There's some station that does the 80s, 90s country, and that's what I grew up on.
That's what you like.
So it's fun to listen to those songs. You know, it's fun to hear these songs that I haven't heard in 20 years, 30 years come up, and I'm just like I'm in the back seat, just la 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 la, you know, singing along. It's fun.
It is fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the radio.
Yeah.
So I change channels just as fast whether there's a radio happening or not.
That's interesting.
That was interesting. I was surprised.
You know that ADHD couple that we follow on social? The
Which one?
ADHD Love is their whatever their username is, right?
Roxy, right? Her name's Roxy.
Roxy, and then I can't remember his name.
Can't remember his name.
Dang it.
I don't remember. I only got hers because I've been like really starting to follow her music.
Oh yeah? Is it good?
Yeah.
Do you dig it?
It's good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to get them on the podcast. We've reached out to them a handful of times, but I'm sure they're busy. They've got stuff, right? They're
Is this
doing
the
things.
ADHD? We have to like
It's
we
totally
have
the
to like
ADHD.
line up with her for a minute.
Yeah, I
and then
think
we'll
it's
be good.
Rob. It's not Rob. Gosh dang, I know his name.
Maybe
Anyways,
that's why they don't want to be on our
they've got a podcast too. They've got a great podcast.
Yeah. I haven't listened to the podcast.
But they were talking about, he was talking about not having internal dialogue all the time, like times where he's not like it's not internal processing taking place or internal dialogue taking place, that there's times when it's just quiet.
What a weirdo.
And I thought about that.
That's not normal. What condition does he have?
Well, have you ever experienced that before?
Not having your brain doing things?
Yeah, like not having internal dialogue playing out while you're living and existing. Outside of like focused time with meditation and things, right?
Outside of hyper fixation on one thing?
Yeah.
Or distraction?
Like just silence.
Just silence?
Like not thinking about anything, not processing anything, just like sitting there without that thing.
How does that happen? Have you?
I don't think I have.
Right? That's like, there's always.
Apparently there's people that don't though.
What are they on?
Cyborgs. They're robots.
That's it. That's it. I watched Battlestar Galactica. They're
But it would be
scions.
interesting, wouldn't it? Like I can't even imagine it.
Like just like chilling without full intention or complete dissociation. Just like, oh, I can just sit here and chill.
Yeah, it's
And
not
your brain
dissociation.
doesn't,
It's not like the tuned out. Because even when you're dissociated,
What if
you're
they are
still
dissociated
doing
and they're
something.
just pretending?
It could be.
They're like, look at me.
It could be. Way to judge what you don't know. I love it.
Look.
These fuckers are lying. They're just over dissociated, pretending like there's nothing going on.
I got called out
We're
hard.
on to you.
I apologize. That's fact. I am in the wrong here. Damn.
No, it's because it's been in my space a lot lately, thinking about not just thoughts, but thinking about this is probably more stuff that stemmed from Abraham and everything like that as well, right? Where, because they're constantly talking about, not the ADHD couple, but Abraham, and talking about choosing your thoughts and choosing to feel good and choosing to think good thoughts and being in those emotions and then the opposite end of the spectrum. And, it's the choice and the decision. And because I do believe that our thoughts aren't our thoughts, I think we're just observing the thoughts as they come and happen. We're just the watcher of the thoughts, right? The receiver of the thoughts is kind of another way that I think about it, or that I've heard other people describe it and talk about it. So it makes me think about collective consciousness and groupthink, and maybe we're all just receivers of information that comes through the filters depending upon what we're emotionally feeling, and maybe those thoughts, or not just those thoughts, but all thoughts really aren't our thoughts. They're just interpretation of a signal from some source based upon how we're emotionally feeling in the moment. So our emotions are the thing that tunes the frequency with which we will receive. So if you're tuned to the sad station, then you're going to be receiving sad thoughts. And I know that, because as soon as I start going down this rabbit hole with myself, I'll share with you my thought process in regards to this, right? And this example is great. I'm receiving sad thoughts, and they're not my thoughts, but I'm receiving sad thoughts that sure feel like my thoughts because I'm thinking about the things in my life that make me sad, or a moment or an experience in the past that makes me sad, or I'm thinking about something that just happened to me that I'm sad about. So how could that not be my thought, right? It doesn't make sense that I would be receiving some sort of thought stream that would directly be in conjunction with the experience that I just had, or the memory that I was bringing up from the past, or something like that. So I get a little stuck in that space of how is this not my thought? And this is just some sort of stream of information that I'm tuning into based off of what my frequency is, which is based off of what my emotional state is, which I actually have control over, and I can choose if I'm going to feel happy or if I'm going to feel sad. And then I think, what if all of the experiences that I perceive to be, quote unquote, my thoughts influencing that frequency or that information that I'm receiving are the filter that shapes the thought into, does that make sense? I don't know if I quite finished this random wacky thought, but it's let's say consciousness is sending sad, and it just sends the signal of sadness. And then through the filters of your life, that information gets interpreted into what you believe to be your thoughts, but they're not really your thoughts. They're just sad energy because you're tuned into that frequency. And then you shift your energy and tune to happy energy. And now you get happy energy thoughts that are again processed through your filters of what you've experienced. But again, it's still nothing is yours. And I don't mean that I used to tell our kids that, which I thought was helpful, and it so wasn't. None of this stuff is yours. We own everything. You better listen to us, or else we're taking everything away from you. Anyways, now your look at me is what are you looking at me like? You're looking at me like you're upset.
That was a hard pivot. So just the kid
Look,
part.
lady, I'm not the only one with ADHD in this house, okay?
I mean, are you sure?
I'm not the one that...
Quick of you to project. Projector.
What do you think of my thoughts?
I would love to add to that.
Let's hear it.
Because I agree with all that. And
what do you think of my thoughts on thoughts?
I think there's more. And I was playing with this the other day. I talked to you about it, so I'll remind you. And what was coming up. And I'll just have an experiment with you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
And okay, so I want you to, in your mind, whisper, "I want a hippopotamus for Christmas." Okay.
I couldn't whisper it. I sang it in my mind, but I tried.
Was it a quiet song?
Was it a quiet song?
Yeah, whisper it quietly. "I want a hippopotamus." Sing it quietly in your head.
Okay.
Did you?
I'm doing it, yeah.
Okay. Now sing it really loud. Did you?
I'm trying. Yes.
Could you hear it loud?
Kinda.
Okay. So you could do it quiet and you could do it loud.
Yes.
That was very intentional. You controlled those thoughts. You chose what you were going to think. That wasn't an emotion. That was the part of you that has complete control over your thoughts, that can control. So like I said, I believe everything you were saying I was aligned with. It was just another part and another part. And so I saw something on a reel where they were like doing that with your name. You're like, say your name and then shout your name. Did you hear that? And you're like, and so then it was thinking, okay, who heard that? And so it was watching of the thoughts that come to you, the parts that you're not thinking about, you're not controlling your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. And it's the thoughts that come in, like you're talking about, like the sad channel, the happy channel, whatever is coming on, to beating that drum of whatever your emotion is that's feeling and that's coming through. And that kind of like, and we get stuck when we turn to that and are listening. And it was the part of where you can control your thoughts. You can control an aspect of your thoughts. You can't control those, but you can override it. So when this is happening over here and you're hearing this chatter, and you can override it with a conscious thought that you were thinking, that you were choosing, like what you were bringing forth, what you were focusing on. It's like a very intentional meditation in a sense. You're very consciously choosing, like, I'm looking this table, brown cow, and just like, kind of keeping it to where you're quieting it out. And then it was whose, like, if I can choose these thoughts, but I'm hearing them, and I can like hear the thoughts that not being chosen, is like almost like there's these two different things, and then realizing who's like watching both of them. It's like the observer. Who's the observer? Who's like the part that's observing, hearing this thought, but hearing it. So it's like there's, I sound so good. Everybody's like this. I'm not just like, I'm sitting here crazy. I'm like, they're going to think I'm crazy. Maybe. Probably.
Let them have their own thoughts.
Right. But so that's the part that's like, it's the frequency that you're tuned into. It's the channel. You're getting the sad, you're getting all that where you're not. But then there's a part of you that you absolutely can intentionally choose. And you can have something set ahead of time that I'm going to, like, this is my phrase, a mantra. Like, we have mantras for these reasons, that you have that where you're very intentionally. And then when you start to realize that you're hearing it, like, how are you hearing it? What's the volume? And who is all of this? So it's like that part of the thoughts where you are not your thoughts, and who is, like, who's the part of you that does have a say, that is like having those conscious choices and can override the program of the scattered spontaneous thoughts,
to be able to control it.
So I think yes, and
yeah,
that's what I
think it's so interesting at the very beginning when you're like, think this, and then you gave something to me to think, right? And then after we got through that little part, you're like, okay, like, you just thought that thing. I'm like, I didn't think that thing. You gave me that thing to think about. You just frequency transplanted your thought into my head.
We'll do one of your own
to think about.
Then
no,
I was just
I'm
giving
going
you
blank.
Okay. How's it working for you?
It's perfect. I'm not thinking anything right now.
Yeah, it was just an example for you to try yourself, which is why I've seen it on like social, with like, say your name or do this. And so I'm like, well, let's come up with something different. And so you start to get curious. And I was in this space and just really settling in this meditation and recognizing, these are my thoughts. These are my conscious. And like, I'm intending these. I was very aware. And then had the awareness of like, what's the other one sound like? What's the other one? And all of a sudden I was like, whoo, and the random, like, whoo, out of nowhere, the cloud that bursts in that says this thing. And I'm like, where'd that come from? There was that. But it was like all of these parts where I was like hearing and witnessing, and then it was the observer, and then it was like, well, if there's an observer, who's observing the observer, because if I can see that there's an observer of these thoughts, and I'm like, who is that? Then that means there's another layer. The observer is being observed. So I don't know all of the layers, but I think there's more than we have awareness of, and there's stuff we do not have control over, and there's stuff we absolutely do. And what do we do with that?
Do you get to the spot with when you start going
Did I go
down?
too weird?
No, of course not. Did you go too weird?
Well, you're like, I'm going to shift and say, do you get to the spot where you realize you're batshit crazy?
No, not at all. It's the,
Okay.
do you ever get to the spot when you're doing these kind of thought experiments within your own mind and you're processing this stuff? Excuse me, do you ever get to the spot where you're like, this episode of the podcast is brought to you by Heritage Still. The newest season of The Bear just dropped, and there's nothing that makes me feel more like a professional chef than using our Heritage Still stainless steel cookware anytime I'm cooking.
Hell yeah, chef. This is serious heirloom quality cookware, handcrafted right here in Tennessee.
It heats evenly, it cleans up fast, and it feels like it's made to last. Honestly, it feels like the kind of cookware that you'd be able to pass down to your grandkids.
None of their cookware is coated in that toxic nonstick chemical crap. It's high-grade, multi-clad stainless steel and built for everyday use.
So if you're ready to stop replacing all of your cheap pans every other year, do yourself a favor and upgrade to Heritage Steel cookware.
Head to heritagestill.us/Steph and Craig. Be sure to enter promo code Steph and Craig so you can save 10% on your order.
It's time your cookware works as hard as you do. Heritage Steel, crafted to cook and built to last. Like you consciously stop you don't seek the answers because you feel like, let me see if I can, sorry.
It's okay.
Getting all tripped up in what I'm trying to explain. It came from the other day I was out hiking with my buddy and we were having not this conversation, but we were talking about like consciousness and, you know, what's on the other side of this existence, like what's happening, what's all those kind of things. What the fuck's the meaning of life and what's all this stuff? And he was talking about like that we're not supposed to know the great mystery of it and that just letting go of the idea that not only that we can know or should know, but it's not important to know.
Yeah.
It's not a necessary thing in a sense where we can just simply exist and not have to have the mystery of what life is something that we never quite grasp or get. Does that make sense?
Okay.
And I'm like, as soon as he said it, I'm like, yeah, but because
What's a program?
But's a program. I can't, I don't know if I'm ever going to get to a spot where I don't want to sit and just ponder the meaning of life and consciousness and what this all is, because I find it so, truthfully, I just find it rewarding. Like I really enjoy going in and just trying to uncover more and discover more, fully knowing that I might not be, I'm completely comfortable knowing or believing that I don't know anything and that all the ideas that I have about what all of this is and what consciousness is and what all, is not correct or not right or wrong or whatever or a waste of time or whatever. I'm totally okay with it. But I feel like I'm always going to be looking. And a big part of what has helped me was the realization too, was that I didn't have to constantly, I can do both things. I can constantly question and look and want to know and understand. And then at the same time, I can just be present in reality, quotation marks, reality as it exists now, being able to do both of those things at the same time. But do you ever think you'll get to the spot where you're not going to be questioning it and looking for answers?
I hope not.
Yeah.
I like the curiosity and just realizing how healthy being curious is and the questioning. And it's like curiosity is fun when you have these questions. I think where we get caught up is when we become obsessed with having to have the answers.
Yeah.
And obsessed with having the right answer and so other than I'm okay with never having the answers, but I always want to be curious. I don't want to get fixed in a spot. And I used to be really fixed in a spot. And so I hope not. I hope I stay curious and never. And I think if you're obsessed with, I have to know the answer, I have to know the meaning, I think that's being stuck in a spot.
Yeah.
You're no longer really looking. You're just very tunnel visioned on this one thing. But if you're curious, then.
I feel like I was obsessed for a while.
Yeah.
Where I was like, I have to know what this is all about.
Yeah.
I'm seeking the answer. I need to find the answer
Yeah.
to solve this mystery and understand what this thing really is. And I felt like I was pretty obsessed with it for a while.
I think everybody goes through that. Maybe not. But
That's
I
the
feel
thing
like
I'm wondering is I don't,
right?
how do you remember like looking back over the course of your life, even though we're not supposed to look back, says Abraham, we're supposed to look forward, but anyways, blah, blah, blah. We're looking back right now. Do you feel like you have always seeked answers? Like, do you remember being a kid thinking about these kind of things and wondering what life was about? And like, do you know what I mean?
think I
Have you always
used
been a
to.
curious person?
I think I used to. And then I forgot to be curious and started, you know, like doing what I was told and like hearing this part where it's like, this is what you should think. This is what, and so then I definitely had a time where I got focused on trying to make what I felt line up with what I thought I was supposed to do. But then there's always that part of me that, like, even though I tried really hard to be good, rebelled against it. Even though I tried really hard to do the right things, to think the right thoughts, to do, you know, after that conformity set in, because the conformity did sit in, set in, it came in hard. But even when I tried really fucking hard, you know,
what's interesting? Keep going. Sorry.
No, you're okay. Even though it's right, I don't feel like I ever allowed. I don't feel like I could, you know, because there was always this over here. So even when I tried to silence it, and then thinking I was wrong for questioning, you know, what I was told by, you know, supposed to follow this rule, supposed to believe this God, supposed to, you know, feeling like I was wrong for questioning and realizing people who punish somebody for questioning is just those that want to keep control and conformity into that space. So having that and stop thinking I was wrong for it and allowing it to come through. So I fought it really hard, but I don't think it ever really went away. So I think I've always had it, even though, like I said, I tried really hard not to. And now I'm just like, curiosity didn't kill the cat. Curiosity killed your control. Be curious. I don't know.
I think the time...
I just got embarrassed.
I was thinking about it as we were talking about it. And I think that when I stopped questioning things, because I feel like I used to think about this kind of stuff the same way that I'm thinking about this kind of stuff today. All the time. I think it used to take up all of my, not all of it, but it was a constant for me, just trying to figure out, and not from like a, I've got to know kind of way, but from a curious way, trying to understand what's what. I was very, you know, not just fascinated by space and the universe and
Jupiter.
All of those kind of things.
Jupiter was my favorite.
Was it? But I think what happened for me, and I'm going to sit with this a little bit more because I haven't ever thought about it this way, but I think I stopped that process when I had kids.
Yes.
Because then it became much more about quote unquote reality and making sure that they were safe and making sure that, you know, it wasn't like, who cares what happens after we die, because I've got to worry about what's happening right now and being really present in this reality. And there's a part of me that, like, I understand that and that makes sense, you know, but then there's another part of me that wishes I would have just kept the curiosity part. And maybe I did. Like I said, I'm going to sit with it and kind of see, but it sounds like you can relate to that a little.
Absolutely. That's interesting, because that was that part of where conformity really came in for me too.
Was when you
it
had
was
kids.
like, you got to get your shit together. You've got to get it right. You know, it was so important to get it right because the kids were so important, and actually becoming that stagnant is why got so many things wrong, you know? So that's interesting. That's really
right. I've never thought about that before.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
Well, maybe I didn't even think of it. Maybe I just received it. Maybe that's somebody else's thought. Do you ever think that?
Yes.
That these
Thank
aren't...
you, Elizabeth Gilbert. Yes, I do.
That these aren't your thoughts, not from the perspective of like, because earlier when I was talking about like we just tune into the sad channel and then we get that frequency.
Yeah.
What if these are all just like, what if we can't actually think our own thoughts? What if we're just sending thoughts to some big barrel up in the sky of thoughts?
Big barrel?
A big think tank.
Yeah.
Where all the thoughts go. And then
That's
those
a
thoughts.
new sitcom, right? So roll over, Shark Tank. We got the think tank. See you later, Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban's leaving Shark Tank.
Well, it's because he heard there's a think tank.
There
Can't
you
compete
go.
with a think tank.
But what if it's all just we're sending thoughts up there, but then we're receiving other people's thoughts?
Yes, I think that's true.
Do you?
I think that that's a thing that I don't think that's the only thing, but I think we are absolutely tapping in. And I think like Elizabeth Gilbert like really woke that up in me, only she was speaking to it with creativity. And she was speaking about how, oh gosh, I wish I could remember her name. She was speaking of a poet who would like get the inspiration for it, and it's like she could almost feel it coming, and as soon as she could feel it coming, she would like take off running for her house. So she'd be like out in the field, and she would just take off running, knowing that she had to get there and have the pencil and paper, whatever, be able to write it down when it came. Otherwise, it was going to keep floating. And so she could sense it coming and knew that she had to catch that wave, this thought that came in. And then she talked about for herself, she had this idea for this book, and she was like really starting to research it, and like she was doing the background for it. She had the whole like storyline picked out and was like just going into it. And then something came up and she put the book down, and she wasn't able to give the book the attention that it needed. She wasn't able to give it to that. And so she was going to come back to it, and she wasn't coming back to it, and then met or had a friend, and then they were like, went to lunch or dinner. I'm probably butchering this, but you can go read it in Big Magic. And her friend started telling her about this book that she was writing, and it was it was identical. It was like, here's like the star, here this is where it's set, this is what it's about, and it was the same thing. And she was like, oh my gosh, because when you like these things that come through, and either you grab it or you let it go, and somebody else is going to, because they're maybe a big barrel. But that also gave me peace when I started to become afraid that I wasn't going to be able to launch Prism light weaving. I was like, and that was one of the things, like, if I can't do this, because at first it was like, it's all up to me. It came to me, I have to get it out. And if I don't get it out in the world, it's not going to be there. And it was like, nope, if I can't do this, somebody else is going to pick it up and put it, like, it's coming out there, whether it comes from me or not. I'm like, well, might as well be me. So I do think that there's like all of these waves that we do get that come from other people, and whether or not they come from other people or they come from source, and they just kind of like a skipping rock.
That's a good way to
Until
visualize
somebody
it. I like
says,
that.
I got it, and I'm going to do something with it. Or they do that and then decide, nope, and then they skip the rock again, and whoever grabs it. So I think that makes a lot of sense.
I think so too. Do you think there's a difference between, because in my mind, that is ideas, like,
Okay.
versus thoughts. And I don't see those things as the same.
Okay.
Where it's like there's ideas that are out there in the universe that are floating around, and we can snag those ideas, and we can tune into the creation station, the channel where all creativity comes from, and we can watch that and feel that and connect to that, and then tap into it and receive information from that place. But to me, that's different than thought.
Well, maybe.
But it might not be.
I was saying, like at the beginning, I said she like spoke to it in terms of creativity. But maybe they're the same, maybe they're not. When I heard you say that, to me, it resonated. But that could just be because it's like similar enough that I could connect dots that maybe weren't connected. Maybe they're the same, maybe they're not. Thoughts, ideas, what's the difference?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Or, so I don't know. I definitely think ideas are that. And I think that's so beautiful and so exciting, you know?
It's very cool.
Yeah. And you can't hoard them, because if you hoard them and don't do anything with them, then
once you pull them out of the
go.
stream and put it in your notebook, that doesn't mean that suddenly
Right.
it's yours, right? It's still out floating around.
Right. We like, I had this idea and then of a story of a book, and then we talked about it, and then we were going to write it together, and we did not write it. But what happened, like just the name, we started seeing it pop up, like people write. So now I also know when I see a book with that title, that's something for me. And I read that book and it is something for me, even if it's not that, it's because you start getting it reflected. And that could be, this thing happening, or it could also be you get aligned with that frequency. And so when you start like trying to create something and you start seeing things reflected back at you, it's not because somebody beat you to it. It's because the universe is showing you you're on the right path.
Yeah.
Keep going. See how it's starting to show up because you're there. And sometimes when we get there, we see something over here and we're like, oh, I'm too late. No, you're not. You're on the right path. Go, go, go.
As we're sitting here talking, I'm reflecting back over the course of our relationship. And I genuinely, like, this is truthfully, I feel like I probably know 25% of like what goes on in your head.
Okay.
I feel like there's so much that you think that I have no awareness of. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's a whole side of you that I just don't know anything about. I feel like there's so much that you contemplate, process, think about that is just all up there in your head and that I've never seen, heard. Do you feel the same way? Like, I feel like it's less about like what you're thinking or feeling, but I feel like there's just a part of you that I've never heard about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never met before. I feel like you have
That's
a
exciting.
lot. That's what I'm thinking.
Like, I
it's
like when I get to learn something new about you.
I do too. But
It's cool.
it's
I'm like,
very
oh,
cool. But I feel like there's so much more.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like the
Stay
thing
curious.
where it's like, yeah, we're continuing to learn more about each other, especially as each of us learn more about ourselves. And then we keep kind of like bringing that forth and sharing it and everything. Obviously, that's happening. But I feel like even just like right where you're at right now, there's 75% of you, the essence of you, your thought, your experience, your energy, all of that stuff that I really don't know anything about.
I don't know what to say to that.
Does that resonate at all?
I feel like I want to make,
equivalent?
I don't know why I feel nervous right now, but I want to make jokes and be like, yeah, because that's the ADHD, that's all the personalities.
Maybe it's because it's true.
Maybe it's because it's true.
And that part of you that is like, oh shit, he saw us, is now panicking.
Yeah.
The whole telepathy
I don't know
thing.
about 25%.
Yeah.
Maybe. I feel like I let you get my like really random unfiltered. Not always. There's definitely like, I can't be like, no, 100%. No, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And there's stuff that is just like, okay, here's chunks that it's just impossible to know somebody to that level. It's impossible unless it's a constant data dump, and then that's just unreasonable.
Yeah.
There's that. And then there's parts where like, it's just like these thoughts, the dialogue. It's not like I'm keeping like secrets, but there's dialogue that are parts of me and parts of the way that I think. And like some of the things that like some battles and some just things that I don't know, just part of that, the contemplation that I'm intentionally, like, not going to share that. And that's not because I wouldn't share it with you. It's because I'm like, oh, I'm definitely crazy. Definitely can't share that. That's wild. That's too much.
How cool would it be if because that's the idea that my thoughts make me crazy. Like some of the things that I think I would never share with anybody because not only would they think I'm crazy, but then they're also going to judge me. And you know what I mean? Some of my thoughts aren't safe to be shared.
Yeah. Well, I get impulsive thoughts.
Yeah, the intrusive thoughts.
Yeah, the intrusive thoughts, those. And so I'm
Did you know that that's what OCD really is?
Oh.
So like we think, like there's different types of OCD.
Okay.
So like OCD isn't like, oh, I got to make sure that the oven is turned off every night before we go to bed.
Shut up. That's rude. That was fucking rude. It's gas. I just like to double check.
Baby, I wasn't talking just about you. I've done that before. You're not the only one with that type of OCD.
Wait till you hear my examples.
I know.
That was passive AF.
That was not passive AF. That was using.
Was it direct? Because it was direct.
That was using an example.
But now you're over here like, what? No, I wasn't doing that.
Not me.
Not me.
Excuse
Not
me.
I.
Baby, you're
Aren't
confusing
you
me with somebody else.
Calm down. You're
That's
being
not me.
hormonal.
I don't do those kind of things. Okay? I'm not passive at all.
Your delivery was so good.
Got those whores moaning over there.
That's our joke, because I keep saying like I'm hormonal. These whores are moaning. So like that's an insight. That's a safe joke. Social media. They're gonna come with their torches. Like,
Nothing's safe on social anymore. Anyways, the OCD is actually intrusive thoughts.
OCD is intrusive thoughts.
Like the really crazy intrusive thoughts that we think like, oh, we can't ever say these thoughts to anybody.
I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. And then I feel like I have to cleanse my palate.
Yeah.
I'm like, what was that? Why was that there? And I have to like focus on the lawn. I'm like, there's grass, green grass. Because once it starts, it like spirals.
Right.
It's not something that goes, ha ha ha.
But that's a good thing. Like even this is a good, what I was saying was like,
I'm totally distracted now.
what if our thoughts aren't our thoughts?
Okay.
So you don't have to feel bad for the stuff that comes into your mind.
I'm
it's
still not
really
going to
yours.
say them. I'm not going to say my intrusive
It's
thoughts.
not to say you have to say it, but the guilt and the shame and the judgment that you have, like the inner judgment that you're feeling right now, as you're running through some of those thoughts.
I know
and
they're like, oh, are you looking at me?
Right?
Say everything.
Exactly. Excuse me, did somebody say intrusive thought? I've got a couple right
We
now.
got permission.
Got 15 on deck right now. Which one do you want to pick from?
Right?
But what if they're not ours?
Yeah. This episode of the podcast is brought to you by routine.
You know how some morning your brain's just like, come on, let's go. And your body's like, that's okay. I'm good. I'm going to go back to bed.
All too well. That's why we've been starting our day with morning routine. And it's been a total reset for us.
Morning routine is a simple blend of apple cider vinegar, Himalayan sea salt, and 6 essential electrolytes that are needed to rehydrate your body fast and get you in gear for your day.
It's clean, it's natural, and it actually tastes really good. It's like fresh lemon water with a little extra magic.
No sugar, no junk, no weird ingredients. Just real hydration that helps with energy, focus, and getting your day feeling right and ready to go.
If you want to feel better in the morning without relying on stimulants, head over to yourroutine.com/Steph and Craig and be sure to enter promo code Steph and Craig to save 10% on your order.
Make healthy hydration your habit and start each day strong with morning routine. So you don't have to take responsibility for them, meaning
I need to break that energy connection.
just meaning that you
No,
don't
thank
have to
you.
feel the shame and the judgment for them. Like, how could you feel shame and judgment for something that wasn't yours to start with?
Yeah, I'm definitely better about that. I used to not know about intrusive thoughts. I used to not know that thoughts weren't my own, that they weren't me. I had no idea. So every thought that came through my head, I very much thought was me. And that was a lot of shame. I don't have that as much anymore. I'm still like, I don't know if this world would be a better place if ever, I don't know. I'm not going to share my intrusive thoughts. I'm not on that Reddit forum.
It's not about sharing them. It's not, it was just like the thought that I had was, oh, maybe we don't need to feel so much inner turmoil over these thoughts because they're not really ours.
Where did we start? How did we get here? I feel like I spun out and I don't remember where we were.
I brought this up.
I
brought the
but
OCD thing up and the intrusive thoughts and everything.
20% not knowing all the thoughts. Okay.
Yeah, not knowing all of
I
you.
was like, why are we over here? How did we get, who dropped us off in this cornfield?
Well, I have another thing to add to this conversation that I think is really interesting too.
Okay, first, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like that's the same with you. I've definitely, like, there's times.
What's the same with me?
Like, there's so much about you that I don't know. There's so much dialogue. And I also get caught in the loop that I very much think I can read your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And there's times that it's hard for me to, like, sometimes I'm sure you're thinking something and then you say something else. And I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. And it like breaks these chains that I had that I was like, I know. And then there's times when I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're feeling this. And you're like, nope. And then later on, you're like, I'm feeling all this. I'm like, I fucking knew it. You said no. And then those chains go.
Is that you knowing my thoughts, or is that you being able to tune into frequency and vibration about how I'm feeling?
Mm-hmm.
Two different things.
Mm-hmm. So.
I love that.
Right? So it's like there's definitely been like a battle of obsession of knowing your thoughts. And I like when you surprise me.
With my
usually. I like when you surprise me with your thoughts. I like when you surprise me with something that I don't know about you. I no longer, it's not like this is going to sound cold, and I don't mean it that way. So I'm hoping I can get through it. I no longer feel the need to know everything about you. Because first of all, like, privacy is good, anonymity is good, like having these things, but I like the mystery of and the excitement of discovering something new about you. And if I know everything about you, then I never get to learn about you. And if I'm not curious about learning about you, then I'm going to stop seeing you. You know, all these things like this curious. So I like that you surprise me. I like that there's more to learn about you. I like being curious about you. And I like that you're changing. You know, I like that, like, you're unfolding new things about you. I like that you're willing to learn new things about you. And then I get to learn new things about you. And I'm willing to learn new things about me. And you get to learn new things about me. And I think that that is really exciting. Is when we get stuck, when I look at you through like old eyes and like, this is who you are, like, things don't, you know, that's kind of rough. And same when you look at me with old eyes, that gets kind of rough. And sometimes, you know, I don't know. Tangent. I'm done.
Which one of us do you think, like, do you think you look at me with old eyes more than I look at you with old eyes?
Why is everything a competition?
I'm just wondering, like, are we giving each other the benefit of the doubt the majority of the time and looking at each other with like fresh new eyes, allowing the person, and allowing isn't the right word, but being okay with that, the idea that, like, I don't ever want to look at you and in doing so create a box that you feel like you have to stay in based off of my perception of you and how I see you. I want to see you fresh every day. I want to see you as the current most version of who you are. I was thinking about this as you were just saying and what you were just talking about. It was like, it's so important. I feel like, yeah, we're learning more and more about each other. But a lot of what we equate that to look like and or be is you telling me about your past, or hearing stories about your experiences, or, you know, understanding more about where you've come from. And like, it's learning more about what's happened prior to this present moment. And that's how I'm learning more about you, is by learning about where you've been. And what I think would be really interesting is if we stopped, and I'm not saying like maybe, go ahead.
No, is that like,
is that all that you, is that not how you think of it?
I mean, I definitely learned things about you from the past and things that and it used to be like getting to know you used to be about, tell me about the life you've lived.
Yeah.
And there's still things there that come out, but like I was mentioning, like, you're learning more about you. It's like who you're becoming, like everything's on like all the unfolding. And I don't know how much of it is looking at the past anymore as much as it is, tell me who you are now.
Yeah.
Tell me about where you're going, what you want. Tell me like what you're feeling. And it's those things. I think the part of learning more about you is, for me, and it's like maybe, and I might be wrong, but it kind of feels like you do it for me too, is where it's letting go of the past and being curious about like the person that's sitting right across from you right now. Yeah. That's what I see. I still learn, you know, I'm like, oh, I haven't heard that story before.
Right.
And I feel like I know the majority of your past, and I feel like you know the majority of mine. And occasionally you're like, haven't heard that one before, but it's so much about who we're becoming.
Yeah.
I feel like I might be wrong. I might be projecting all over you.
Project away, baby.
But I feel like,
I love it when you project on me.
I feel like you're learning about me from where I am now. I don't feel like I agree. Let's do it more.
I think so.
Let's do it more. But I totally thought it was feeling like who we're becoming, who we are now and who we're becoming.
You know what's interesting too? I agree, because I think that's a really important thing, right? Is like, I wouldn't say much rather. We get to do both. We don't have to do one or the other.
Yeah.
Because I really love hearing about when you were a kid. Like, I love hearing stories about Stephanie when she was 6 and when she was 10, and Like you shared a story the other day about your mom and the train tracks and everything like that. That was such a cool story to hear. That was such a fun moment
Was
for
that
me.
the first time you heard that?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. And I want to keep hearing that. I want to keep learning. And learning isn't even right. It's just like, because I love you so much, it's like I'm getting an opportunity to catch a glimpse of a moment in your life that obviously I wasn't there for, but I still get to see a part of you in a sense. Does that make sense?
That's sweet. Yeah. Yeah.
So I really like it when you share stuff from your childhood and from your past. And I think it's both.
Yeah.
There we go. We figured it out.
Who
If only
would have
somebody,
thought
if only somebody would have told us that ahead
years
of time.
ago? And we would have leaned into it with open arms
Wait a minute,
immediately.
it can be both.
Can be both.
We can do both
Hold
of
up,
these
what?
things at the same time. We don't just have to limit ourselves and
Right.
only do one of these things. What about 3 things?
Oh,
or 4 things?
Slow your roll. I know where you're
It
going.
could be like 6 things. 10.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Baby, I'm just talking about the capacity with which you and I can share information back and forth. We're not limited to just talking about our past and our present. We can talk about a lot of things. Let's wrap up, but let's do that. Let's do the cards real quick.
I know. I was excited to do it at the beginning.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We'll try these out.
Why don't we?
Why don't we?
Why don't we?
So this
Why
is
don't we? Where are we
these
at?
guys have sent
Do you
us
wanna hold
some. No, you can hold it.
Okay.
They sent
Why
us some.
don't
Some
This
stuff.
is only one of them.
Yeah, there's a couple of different little card games and some board games, card games that we're
Yeah.
going to check out, and they'll probably end up being sponsors for the podcast as well.
Yeah. So in the meantime, we're having a lot of fun learning about them. There's like this one looks very like talk for hours, looks family friendly, younger, and there's also spicy games that I'm excited to dive into.
Makinghappycouples.com.
Makinghappycouples.com.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And the
Oh,
brand
this is
is
a
like,
card.
why don't we? And they're fun products for happy couples. We believe the honeymoon phase can last forever if you actively work on it. That's why we are passionate about providing the tools for couples to date each other continuously, no matter how long they've been together. So I think this is actually going to be perfect.
Okay. We've got a like who knows and quick. I haven't figured. Did you look at how to play this one?
No, I think we can
Okay.
just ask these questions. We don't have to.
We don't have to.
Quote,
Okay.
unquote.
Well, I also I read the instruction manual
Yeah, baby, we
for
ain't
the
gonna-
toasters, for the mixers. What
Here,
did we
those
just
ones
get
are
for the
for you.
shredder? I like to know I'm doing it right.
Those ones are for you.
Who knows who?
These ones are mine. We got
Okay.
quick rounds
Okay.
and who knows who.
If I fail, I love you. If I fail, I love you.
Okay.
I'm sorry if I get things wrong. You're really important to
You're
me.
really important to me.
I'm really scared now. I'm like, what if I fail? You're not
Do you
going
wanna
to
go
think I love
first?
you. Okay. You're going to get everything right. Okay. Okay. Yes, I'm going to go first.
Go first.
I'm panicking. That's okay. Let's do it. Okay. What's my favorite? And then just guess.
Just guess your
What's my favorite? Shorts, jeans, sweatpants.
Ooh, shorts, jeans, or sweatpants. I mean, there's so many different moments, right? Like there's so many different, like your favorite in regards to this activity or this activity. But if we're just going with those 3 things, I think your favorite out of those 3 things would be sweatpants. Did I get it?
The fact that you overthought the answer as well was perfect.
Sweatpants?
Yeah, they're so. I just like to be comfortable.
Right.
I like to be comfortable. I like
What's mine?
shorts,
100%.
shorts,
Okay, I
or
got-
a la natural.
That's actually my preferred. By the way, I'm not wearing any boxers right now. Okay.
Okay.
Quick rounds.
Quick rounds.
Ready?
Oh yeah.
Action-packed book or mystery book?
No book.
Okay. Well, that's not an option, so you got to pick.
But was I right?
No, this isn't trying to guess what mine is. This is me asking you questions.
Wait, what? I have to pick out of the options for you.
No, I'm asking you these questions and then
Okay.
you're answering them.
Okay. Let's see.
Action-packed book or mystery book?
Ooh, do I like action? Do I like mystery? Depends on the day. I like information. I like action. I like mystery. Mystery.
Mystery. Number 2, coffee shop or bookstore?
Okay. Bookstore.
Bookstore. Number 3, fancy dinner or fast food?
Picnic?
It's only 2 options.
I don't like to do the whole big fancy thing, but I also don't want to eat junk food, but I do. And I think maybe I don't want to do the whole fancy dinner thing because I don't have it. Fuck it. Fancy.
Fancy dinner?
It's fancy.
Okay.
I just want to experience, like, also, oh God, it's so much pressure. I just want to be kicked back. Can I put my hair up and wear sweatpants?
Of course.
Yeah.
You're going to have a fancy dinner at home.
What was that? I feel like I just answered your questions.
Now ask me one. Here, baby, we're playing with these. We got to figure these out. Here, you take...
Somebody suggested to read the instructions.
And nobody got time to read instructions.
What are you doing?
Take that half, hand me that half. Because there's 2 different things. There's quick rounds and then what ifs.
This is where I'm learning about you. And if only there was a QR code
You're
where we
thinking
could
so
learn.
literal about things.
Because there's rules. There's a game.
Yeah, we're just wrapping this up. These are fun
Jesus.
little things for the podcast. No, hand me the whole deck. We're going to put those ones away and we'll just do these quick round ones.
I think we should do the who knows who.
Okay, hand me the quick rounds back and then we'll do the who knows who.
Okay, first, I'm going to ask this one of you.
Okay.
And we're going to figure this out and do this because I want to play this. This is fun. Okay. Actor or singer? I know this answer.
Actor.
High or low?
I don't know though. I like singer. I feel like I got a singer in me.
Yeah, but if you're choosing, I know what you're choosing.
Okay.
High or low?
That's just it. High or low?
High or low?
High.
Rich or influential? Influential. Influential.
Rich or influential?
Do you want to influence or do you want the money?
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Rich.
Interesting. Okay, who knows who? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, and there's what ifs. There's what ifs. Yes. I'm excited for the what if round. Oh my
Ask
God. Okay, so here's who know who.
Okay.
Let's play a couple of those. And then we're going into, and then we're going to have to organize these because they're getting mixed up and that will not do.
Not for you.
Unless
For me,
they're
I'm fine
supposed
with
to be
things getting
mixed up.
Are you ready?
Yes.
What do I consider myself? So this is to see how well you know me. What do I consider myself? Here's your 3 choices. Are you ready?
Yes.
Optimistic, pessimistic, or realistic?
Optimistic.
Yeah.
Okay, should we do some what ifs?
Sure.
Okay, here's some what if. For you.
Just ask.
No, you have to ask me one.
Okay.
So I'll ask you and then you ask me because you went last. What if
You didn't want to ask that one?
Well, I just thought if you asked me this one, I don't know if this is not what I thought. Okay, I'm going to another one. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
If you could rewrite the ending to any book or movie, this is a killer one.
Okay.
If you could rewrite the ending to any book or movie, which one would you choose and how would you change it? I so want to know this answer. Thank you.
Well, it's definitely got to be a book. I'm sorry, not a book, a movie.
This was the best.
I'm trying to think what comes to the forefront of my mind. I might have to really sit on that one.
I want you to come back to this one. This is a great question for you, and I want to know this answer.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave this out because I'm so excited to know what you're going to say.
Okay.
Why don't we? Well done. Well done. I'm so excited for that.
Okay, you ready? Here's
I'm ready.
another one for you.
Okay.
Would you rather be without the internet or without air conditioning?
Oh, I'm perimenopausal. Take the internet. Do not take my AC.
I got books and shit. I just need cold air.
These hot flashes are like, give me the AC.
This is a good one.
Okay.
Would you rather live in a world without music or without movies?
Without movies.
Same for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, for as much as I love movies and everything like that, I feel like music, like movies make me feel good. Movies make me feel they're important, but I feel like music is like soul shit. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a handful of movies that I feel like have touched my soul over the course of my life, like really impactful, but way more music. I feel like music is Frickin' universal love singing through the ethers.
I want to keep going. I love
Do
this.
another one.
Can we do another one? Okay. Okay, that was the one I skipped last time. Also, skipsies are allowed. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
If you had to choose one thing that you admire about me, what would it be?
Just one?
Oh, yeah, just one. That's not what I thought we were going.
You're courageous.
You think I'm courageous?
I do think you're courageous.
You're making me cry. It's so good to hear. Oh. I liked that. Thank you.
Okay, you ready? If you could have any hobby mastered, what would it be?
Any hobby mastered. Oh my gosh. What one would it be? Any hobby mastered. Oh. If I could have any hobby mastered. This is so hard. I have to pick one. Oh my gosh. And it's one. Only one. If I could have any hobby mastered, what would it be? I keep trying to I keep scooshing it out. I'm like, no, because this. I'm like, no, because this. So I shall say it. The guitar. Guitar. Yeah.
That would be a good one. I would totally like that too. Yeah.
Can we keep playing this game right now?
Right now?
Right now. Like, turn off the camera. Thank you.
I love it.
It's been real.
Yeah, we're gonna, like we said,
this
we're
is
probably
exciting.
These guys will probably be a podcast sponsor next
How
week.
perfect for this. I'm going to ask.
Okay.
If you had a pair of X-ray glasses, which part of my body would you look at first?
Would I look at first?
With your X-ray vision.
Well, I'm doing it right now.
Are you thinking about my butthole?
I'm not thinking about your butthole.
What would you look at? Is it my eyes? What are you looking at?
Your eyes. It's X-ray, so I could see your eyes without the...
No, my eyes are closed. What would it be?
I think I like you. I don't know. That's a weird one.
Are you nervous? Okay,
I'm
fine.
not weird about that. It's like, I mean, I would look at all of you.
I want you to answer this question. Can I ask this one?
Of course.
If you could eliminate one fear from your life, what would it be?
That the people I love the most one day won't love me back.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
I'm hooked. These are great questions.
Fun little games, huh?
Like, how perfect was that with talking about getting to know each other, like from the past and like who we
That's
are
totally
now.
perfect. We'll keep playing with them on the podcast.
Yeah. I think we should. Should we do the spicy ones?
Yeah, there's whole
The spicy
other...
might be too spicy.
I don't think so.
For the podcast.
Maybe we'll see.
I mean, we're not up on OnlyFans, so it might be too spicy.
You know how often you bring up OnlyFans? I feel like you're manifesting an OnlyFans account for yourself.
Delete.
You're constantly be like, we're not on OnlyFans.
You know, if it was just of my feet only and I didn't have to do anything weird with them, I would do it.
I think they have those.
I know, but like...
But what?
Anyways.
What? How hard would it be to take pictures of your feet?
How hard would it be?
Tune in next week on the podcast to find out.
Only feet, not doing anything weird, just like I would do that. I would absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for supporting the podcast and supporting us on social media. Go follow us on YouTube, like the podcast wherever you can find it. Wherever you're subscribing to the podcast, like if it's on iTunes or Spotify or whatever other platform you're listening to us on, it would be really appreciative and really helpful if you left us a review and gave us like 5 stars and 2 thumbs up or whatever the way with which they measure those things on whatever platform it is that you're listening on. That would be helpful. And sharing the podcast with somebody as well. And that's it.
That's it. I'm going to say follow us on social media. And interact
social?
with us. Follow us on social medias and interact with us. Because it's fun. Because we have fun.
We do have fun.
Yeah.
We'll see everybody next week.
We got a wild ride. Wait and see, you and me. We were meant to be.
Thanks for listening to The Steph and Craig Show. There's new episodes of The Steph and Craig Show every week. And if you're resonating with our podcast, please take a moment to rate, review, subscribe, and share it with somebody. And be sure to check out some of these clips as well. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you all next week.